This is just a little quick behind the scenes video. A lot of things that happen in the background, of course, don't make it on film and don't make it into the videos, but every time a little portion of it does, my analytics tell me that people are watching that. So I'm cleaning up my surface plate. I usually keep this under a carpet, and sometimes little specks get underneath the carpet and stick to the surface plate. So I'm just giving that a quick cleanup. I've got a new to me Harig Spindexer that I picked up recently. I've had one of these before, and I sold it in order to buy a larger suburban sign capable indexer, and it's fine. It works great. A wonderful tool, but it's a little large, and I don't need the additional capability of that to do little things like pinch rollers. I prefer, if at all possible, to save the factory OEM pinch roller and precision grind it if that's what I need to do. A lot of times they'll just clean up with soap and water and a scrub brush. I find that the rubber is better than anything we're producing today, and I'm not a big fan of the polyurethane pinch rollers. They have their own set of problems. I have years of experience with polyurethane feed rollers, and they work okay, but they load up very quickly. And a lot of the tapes that we're using now shed, and so they're constantly needing to be cleaned. That's not bad on an open reel where you can get to it, but a lot of cassette decks, it's just very hard to get in those. And I think the performance of the rubber's better anyway. So I'm just taking a look at this for the very first time. This was a reasonable cost. It was close to what I sold my other one for, a little bit more, but this one didn't include a draw nut. And I contacted Harig, emailed them about purchasing that and a new belt, but I didn't get a reply. And so that's fine. I'll make one. It's actually maybe a good thing because I can make it larger and more ergonomic for old arthritic hands. So I'm just getting a sense of what I need. And I've got a piece of stock here, obviously part of an old project. Looks like a step plug gauge that I made or something, but it'll work fine for this. I'm going to kind of try to get through this video quickly because we've had a late spring here, and there are rows to hoe and seeds to sow. And so I'll do my best to get through this one quickly, especially since it doesn't have any actual cassette tape content. This is all about machining. And I am a believer in using pitch diameters for knurls. It's recommended in this user manual from Dorian, and so that's my calculations there. I've had good luck with that. I've done it both ways. I know there's a lot of discussion about it online. This seems to work pretty well for me both ways, but it's universally works well when I run the diameter according to the knurl pitch. So this one was really close, and I look like I'm centered there, but I'm actually not. I've also had good luck with the mist coolant, really kind of flooding it with the mist coolant and a lot of air pressure, It works well for me. I don't have flood coolant on this particular lathe. I do on the other one. So what happened there was the tool was not set in the right orientation. It wasn't centered. And I'm trying to correct that now. It should have been centered. I thought it was because, you know, why wouldn't it be? I used it the last time and it was centered. So I made the mistake of assuming that that was correct, but it wasn't. And I did get it okay on that second pass, but I ruined it on the third pass. So that's fine. I don't need a particular diameter on this. I'll just take it down to the next step and try it again. This time I'll take the time to get it centered correctly. I think I mentioned these are cut knurls, and it might be more important to get the diameter correct on a cut knurl. I've had good luck with these. Now I'm slowing down here to normal speed just to kind of show how quickly this actually works with a cut knurl. So that's it, one pass. It's fast, does a good job if it's centered. Yeah, that'll be nice. The factory Harig drawn nut only has a narrow portion of knurling on it, and then it narrows down, and that's fine when you're young. But I like to have a little bit more purchase, so this actually ended up being a good thing for me. I'm back up here. This is just about 4 times speed. Just boring at size here. I know the camera angle's not too good. Change that around here in a second and get a little bit better angle. I'm using this boring tool upside down for anybody keeping track, and I'm on the back side away from me. I'm not sure what kind of material this is, but it machines well. It is steel. All right, there we go. Just relieve it for the thread. And I use this method taught by Joe Pye. Advanced Innovations, I think, is his channel. And this is the upside down reverse method, where you're working from the headstock out. And I like this. I do it as often as I possibly can. This is a 20 pitch thread. It is, I can't remember the diameter on these. The nice thing about doing it reverse this way, away from the headstock, is that you can speed the tool up a little bit. You can speed the RPM up and get a nicer finish, typically. So it's a good method all the way around. I have to purchase some new tool holders to be able to do it all the time, but that's on the way. So thanks, Joe. I've got 4 different 5C collets that I'll be testing the fit on. They're all slightly different, and I just want this to be able to cinch down any of them easily. Still a little tight on that one. I'm just taking almost spring passes here, just sneaking up on it. Still a little bit tight on that one. That one fits fine. So it was the Harig collet that fit fine. The others are still just a touch tight. I'll give it just a little bit more. Basically, just these are spring passes. I'm removing a tiny amount of material. At this point, I think if I just give the threads a little clean up. This is Kratek's stick, rubberized abrasive, and that should be just about right for that one there. And yeah, that's fine. That's the fit I like. Trying to get down to roughly the boss diameter on the Harig. Doesn't need to be perfect. I'm just relieving that a little bit. Good enough. Just face it off now. Make sure the contact face is perpendicular to the bore. Clean it up a little bit. Just relieve that sharp edge from the knurl. And give it a little polish. You know, parted off here about 7/8 or so. Flip it around here and face off the back. No requirement here that it be perpendicular. Just got a piece of aluminum sheet metal to protect those knurls, but having a hard time getting it running true. Yeah, this isn't working at all. Try it again. That's much better. Give a little chamfer. Okay, so back at the surface plate. See how this works. Yeah, that's nice. I like that fit. Cinches up nicely. Job done. I don't have the correct belt for it yet, so I've just thrown a couple of rubber bands on just for testing it. This is how the unit will be put on the grinder. And then I'll be able to grind those pinch rollers much more efficiently and get a nice clean job on them. This will go forward, forward and reverse, and it's variable speed. There it is. Hope somebody enjoyed this, and I thank you for watching.